Okay, today we're going to do an experiment in stripping rust off old bits of parts. And I said I've got, for whatever reason, when you do a restoration search on YouTube, you always get someone restoring an axe head. So not to be outdone, I've got an axe head just because I had one. But beautiful gearbox cradle, so it's been burnt and dried and then left outside and rusty. Random bit. Anyone know? Can't actually remember. Some door bars and a skip plate. So we took them all in to some citric acid. So I did a little experiment a few months ago with electrolysis and it didn't work very well. I think the biggest reason is I had a little transformer rather than the big juicy one, because I did try an old car charger, really old one. I think I burnt it out. It was making a lot of noise and didn't smell too happy. So I looked online and someone's recommending citric acid, and it actually showed an entire chassis being dipped in a massive, great big vat of citric acid. I'll give it an experiment. So for the experiment, I've got a tub of currently warm water, just so it helps dissolve the acid. I don't know how hard that's going to be because I've never done it before. There's about I've got 15.5 litres in there. I haven't got a clue what concentration to do it at, so I'm just going to basically fill that, chuck it in, give it a stir, and then put the parts in. So just going to weigh how much it is. I've got the bag off eBay. I'm not going to give you a link to who it was because they allegedly lost it and then they didn't exactly help me get another one quickly. So it's been about 3 weeks waiting for a bag of chipping stuff to come. However, when I ordered it, I got a 5 kilo bag, and for some reason in my head, 5 kilos is going to be smaller than that. It's quite a big bag. So I'm guessing this is going to contain about half a kilo, but it's just a guess. Yep. Thankfully the wife's in bed so she doesn't know I've got a brand new kitchen scales. So that's half a kilo and that's going into 15 litres or 15.5 litres or thereabouts of warm water. Making lemonade. Something to give it a stir with, I didn't think of that. Broken chair, that'll do. Now the parts are all a bit rubbish, so I don't know, because they were involved in a fire prior to this. I don't know if they've got any oils or anything left on them or it's just all burnt off or what. So I'm going to give a quick scrub in some soapy water, the detergent in, just to get any greases off. But other than that, I'm not really scraping anything off, so whatever rust is there is there. It's kind of an experiment just to see how it goes. I ain't got a clue. What I'll do is I'll come back every couple of days and we'll have a quick look. That dissolved in really quickly, so who knows if it's strong enough. So, where's my big vat of soapy water? Here's what I prepared earlier. However, I've lost my scrubbing brush. Oh, just use the squeegee. I think you'd be tuning in today to watch someone wash their pots, would you? If this works, the plan is I'm going to fill a wheelie bin. So I've got a load of gearbox parts, axles and stuff like that, which are pretty bad. So they're all involved in fire and strips of paint and God knows what else. And then obviously they got wet when they were put out. So yeah, I'm hoping it's going to either strip off the rust or how it, it turns it black when you get rust treatment stuff. That's the vague hope at least. I don't think the axe head will work very well because there's a sticker on there and a bit of paint. But we're going to chuck it in and see what happens. Now, I'm told you can get hydrogen embrittlement on things that are on basically important things, hardened steel. So I'm not going to try spindles or actual axles and stuff like that. I personally don't imagine it making that much difference because a bit of weak acid and big massive chunk of steel. But I don't want to take the risk just in case. So I'm only doing bits that aren't really that important. Same as when you weld stainless without using the proper gas. Let's whack it in. Where your reservoir sits? I think it might be. Comedy axe head. Just a couple more bits, so just so you can kind of see what's going in. So I think they're door bars, I'm not entirely sure, I'll be perfectly honest. Might even be not Volkswagen because I've got a bit of a rat rod project which we'll be hopefully doing soon. Starting soon. It's a 1951 Lanchester LD10. It's based on a Beetle floor pan. So it could be parts from there, can't remember. I got two of these bad boys. I was going to show you the other one because it's quite bent and gnarly from the heat. Not sure where it's gone. So that's it. Very, very little prep. That's it. I've no idea if it'll work. I've no idea at all. I'm curious to see what happens. So I'll come back in a day or two, see if tomorrow if it's making any progress. If not, a couple of days I'll do updates and we'll probably leave it for a week or so and see where we get to. See you soon, guys.
Now, I know I said I'd be back in a day or two, but this is just 10 minutes in. Just to show you, it's starting to hubble and bubble already. I'm probably going to come back in the morning and there'll be just a pile of rust in the bottom of the bucket. So we are 48 hours, 2 days in. Now the bucket looked quite clear when I picked it up. However, I sloshed the water around and obviously there's a lot of debris in there. So have a quick look. That's quite impressive. I'm quite impressed with that just in 2 days. So the black stuff is stuck on paint or burnt plastic or something from I think from the fire. But all the previously rusty parts, how clean they look. That is impressive. Oh, that's brilliant. I am genuinely impressed by that. So I have a couple skid plate. The skid plate's come up brilliant. Free plug for EVA as well. Even the accents come up well. That is a great. I'm really chuffed for that. So yeah, so what I'll do is I'm going to get the scrubbing brush out, the wire brush, give everything a quick once over, try and get any excess loose stuff off, and any of the black stuff and paint and bits and pieces off, and then we'll leave it for a few more days, I think, just to see where we get to with it.
The only problem with being tall is I can't get my head and the buckets in the shot at the same time. Right, so I've transferred everything from the acid into basically a bucket of soapy warm water, or cold water now. I'm going to give everything a wash down. As you can see, everything's come up absolutely brilliantly. So anywhere there was rust is now nice clean metal. So all I'm to do now is get any remaining paint or burnt stuff off the actual metal that's left. I'm going to do that with a wire brush. I hate these things, so I'm probably going to cheat using a good grinder. So for that reason I'll turn the camera off, and then I'll come back when they're all cleaned up and we'll whack them back in the acids for a day. And hopefully they'll be pretty much immaculate. See you shortly. Okay, so slight change of plan. I've dried everything up, so I've washed it in the soapy water, dried it all. Now when I looked at it yesterday, I don't think it was showing any signs of pitting. So when I cleaned it, basically all the stuff I was going to take off with the wire brush basically fell off. So there's very little left on there that would stop me just priming and painting really. However, if you look really close, I'm pretty sure you'll not be able to see on the screen, just slight signs of pitting. And this one was a brand new piece, apart from it being burnt. And there's definitely little bits of signs of pitting there. I don't know if that's a manufacturing metal issue or if that's the acid that's caused it. I suspect it's the acid. So at the concentration I used, a couple of days is probably your optimal. I'd say this has been into 3 days now. Yeah, and just starting to show deterioration in relatively new parts, or new parts. The cradle's pretty heavily pitted, but I suspect it's probably had a hard life anyway. So if you can see that, I'm not sure if you can see in the camera or not. There's a definite pitting to that part. Like I say, Hampshire's down to the age of the part, and it's been in salty roads for 30 years. I just couldn't tell you. The reservoir's not too bad. Again, it's just, you can just see signs. So obviously that's not been out in the salt on the roads for a load of years, but so it's just starting to show signs of pitting. So yeah, be careful with it. But I'll be honest, I'm pretty impressed. Obviously that head was a big chunky piece of steel. Again, you can just see signs of the acid getting in there, but whether that again is down to wear, I can't tell you. So maybe I need to do an experiment next time with a brand new piece of steel and see how long it takes to nacre it. I might do that. I'll do that on my next one. Yeah. See you soon, guys.